Francie, what do you want to have to eat?
Hot dog.
Just a hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
Just a bready.
Hot dog and ketchup.
Hot dog with ketchup.
Bulkies, ketchup, and Palufkies.
You want parufkis in there. What are you watching?
Angry Birds.
You know what I like?
Go away.
Well, there you have it. I rank lower than Angry Birds. My name is Van der Puchert, and this is Finding Frequency. So Hot Dog is being put together right next door for the little chief watching his Angry Birds. He deserves it. Last night he was feeling a little bit unwell. None of us actually got a lot of sleep. I think he's going through a seasonal change, kind of picking up all the germs from the play parks and whatever. So hopefully he's not going to pick up the wrong germs. But it's part of parenting, and we'll have to see how we navigate this. But he's doing fine. He's now watching his Angry Birds and having a good time, and wants me to get out of the way. So who am I to do that? I'd rather come sit here and talk to you. So yeah, that is just a top end of a day that's not completely done yet. I still have a few things to wrap up for a client. And then also, one of the extraordinary things that happened today is that I had two instances where I didn't really want to reach out. I had some inquiries for support, and in fact, 3. And I just decided that, hey, don't be an asshole. See where you can help people. The reason I do this has happened before is that I tend to get involved in other people's projects. And then at some stage, I realize that I can't actually look after my actual clients. And that becomes a problem because I have to look after those who look after me. And it sounds a little bit like I'm being evil. And I don't mean it to sound like that. But it can become a problem, and you have to manage it very carefully. So the last couple of weeks, I've really optimized and tried to focus on the right thing, because ultimately what also happens is that not only does my business suffer from this, but then also my family life, because I tend to want to cater to everybody's needs. And then usually, and unfortunately, what happens, and I don't know if it's the same as for you, is that flexibility or that giveaway space is usually in your downtime, your precious family time. And I just don't want to do that. I don't want to compromise in that anymore. And so a few people reached out, and I decided to systematically just respond to people. And in fact, from the reach outs, there is one definite piece of business that came through today that I'm super happy about. And then one other potential piece of business, and then I made a new contact, some interesting people, and then had the time to go back and then look after my existing clients, which is cool. I think it I felt at the beginning of the week a little bit despondent in the fact, and that's still in the back of the mind, of what's going to happen beyond the end of this year. I still have a lot to think about and to consider, because I don't really feel like I'm in this entrepreneurial mode at the moment. I can't say that I'm in survival mode. I'm much luckier than a lot of folks around me who are, my heart goes out to people who are currently not getting any income and any support from their government, or, that are really hard hit in their families. So I'm really talking or reflecting out of a space of, what's the word? Privilege. But the thing is also, it's not only privilege, it's also that if you're an entrepreneur, you have to think with a business mind, because businesses need to grow and expand or sustain itself. And what does my business look like? Because ultimately at the moment, I really feel like I'm fulfilling more the role of a resource. And there's all kinds of fine lines there. So I don't think this is the podcast to deep dive those kind of perspectives, but I don't necessarily want to be a resource, because the risk with the resource is that resources get old. Resources, let me just say, like, I want to find a way where I can make money while I'm sleeping. Is there such a thing? Anyway, but that being said, then also had a note from a friend of mine who is going through a little bit of a tough time, some relationship struggles and that kind of thing, then luckily I'm married. I have a relationship struggle every day. My wife slapping me around. I just need to listen to her and then my relationship is fine. Wink. But seriously though, she's going through a bit of a tough time. And it made me reflect on things because something that I picked up in what she was saying, and I think this is not only for relationships, but in general, when you go through a tough time, some people, and I think sometimes I'm one of those where you really just immerse yourself in work, trying to get your mind busy and just keep on going. And I think that when tough times come along, you actually have to also slow down and deal with the tough times. And what I'm trying to say is, like I said to my friend today, is like, take some time to wallow, take some time to feel depressed, take some time to just feel shit. It's natural. You need to go through it, in my opinion, because if you don't go through it and just feel crap for a few days, of course, the challenge is to get out of that and say, okay, cool, this is it. I'm now going to do something. But I think the whole vibe of feeling crap is part of the game. You need to do that and give yourself the time to feel like that. So no matter where you sit in the spectrum, I hope things are okay. And also, like, by all means, if you don't agree with what I'm saying, I'm here. You can find me on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on all these social channels. Love to hear from you. And thanks to those who reach out and tell me I am full of shit. I appreciate it. And I also appreciate you for listening to this. Ciao.